it's currently 7:53. I don't know if that's inverted. I have a class by 8 a.m. I have 7 minutes to get to the class. Take about 5 minutes to get there, so I need to leave soon. I have a lot of stuff to do today, across academic work, working on my business, content, you know. So I'll just take you guys along throughout all of that. I think I have a test today, so I have to read. I have just 2 classes, 8 to 10, and then the last one is by 4 to 6. So the idea is that in between, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., I'm able to get a ridiculous amount of work done. I have my proposal defense for my final year project tomorrow, and I am nowhere near done with that. So yes, a lot of stuff. Let's see how it goes. Because based off of this entire diagram, there's no derivation. No, you will now. It's my vlog. You see.
We're not aware of this.
Now I did
copyright issues. Copyright.
What are you saying? You want blue?
Free copy. Somebody says you
So it's currently 54 rather a.m. So I'm done with my class. I'm currently at the cafeteria waiting for our food to be ready. So usually what happens is when I start the day, I usually start with like a to-do list. Let me show you what that looks like. It's not always this much, but there's a lot of stuff that I need to do today. So I usually divide it into 3: general, 12-week year. So these refer to my goals, the 3 goals that I'm working on for the next 12 weeks or 90 days, and then my service page. So the service basically has to do with responsibilities I have in school, leadership positions that I occupy, conferences I plan, etc. So for general, pray, clean room, iron clothes, get ready. So I'm done with this course. So journal, I have journal at the end of the day because I'm not with it. I left it in my room. Read 20 pages of non-fiction, read Bible. I need to edit my calendar. I've not edited it in a while. Respond to WhatsApp messages, call parents. Then for my 12-week year, this is what's probably going to take the most of my time today because, basically this is like content stuff. That's what Tuesdays are for. Usually I film on Tuesdays, but I can't because, I have work. Because I have like a project proposal tomorrow. So script 10 reels, content research, basically like, content stuff. And then for service page, these are the things that I have to do. Conferences that I'm planning, people I need to reach out to, stuff that I'm leading basically. So yeah. One of the questions that I get asked most is how do I manage all the things that I'm doing? Because I don't think this is normal, and I hope I'll be able to finish well. Even if I don't finish, I hope I am able to do, a large chunk of all of these things. But then it's really just like out of sight, out of mind. I think that's the concept behind it, that most people, in terms of like managing the stuff that they're doing, they don't have everything put into one place, whereas I do, right? So, for my Notion, I have like a service page and that's, again, my responsibilities. I have my goals that I'm working on, and then general tasks. So I always do this every morning, and this is one of like the easiest things. So for me, like a paper and pen is always going to be like, I do this like every day, right? At best every other day. So a paper and pen is always going to be there for me, and the book is small, so I can always take it with me wherever it is that I go to, right? And what I'm doing is every free opportunity I get, I'm just trying to build and work, because I have, at the point of making this video, I have 91 days left till I am done with school. So there's a lot of stuff I have to do, a lot of goals that I have to achieve, and maybe I'll run you guys through what that looks like. But for now, I have like a deep work timer that's running, so I need to get back to work, try and like finish all of the tasks that I'm working on. But I think my food is ready, so I'm going to get it. It's currently 2:05 p.m. I'm in the library now. My next class is by 4 p.m. So I have sort of like 2 hours roughly to be able to get some more stuff done. So I've decided to switch things up a bit. Today is meant to be content day, like I said earlier, but myself and Ishe, that's my videographer, we're both in computing. So we have our proposal defense for our final year project tomorrow, so we scrapped that for today. So it means I can move some of the content stuff to Thursday. So instead of scripting, doing content research, all of these things, moving that to Thursday. So it means I can spend like a large chunk of the time preparing for tomorrow's proposal defense, and then it means I also have the evenings today after my class by 6. So I still have like from like 6:30 till about 8 to do some more work. So yeah, really excited about that. Just to like get you guys into like my headspace, currently I have 91 days left till I am done with school, and there are 2 goals I must hit absolutely. One of them is graduating with a first class. I'm currently only 4.52 CGPA. I have just 1 semester left. All right, all I need to do is just don't get below a 4.5 GPA, right? And yeah, it's going to take a lot of work because my final semester, there's a lot of stuff I'm doing. Like I'll probably make another video for that, but I've planned 1 conference on campus. I'm planning the second one. I'm leading 2 associations on campus. Like there's a lot of stuff. I'll probably talk about that in some other video, right? But then, I mean, I just have to put my head down and locking on, especially my test. I'm always like, my exams are always like good. It's always my test scores. They're really bad. So I need to like change that this semester. Plus I'm doing fewer courses. So yeah. Then the second goal is to like build like a whole business. So take it from where it currently is. Currently we're making about 200 to 300K per month. And the goal is to take that to about 2 million naira in monthly recurring revenue. Right. There are 2 particular ways I'm trying to do that. One of them is with my private community, the Distinction Circle. So just a group of young people that are working on their goals, you know, trying to build better habits and showing up consistently. We meet every week, you know, and that's like 5K per month for that community. So, you know, everyone is just trying to improve their lives, and we're doing that together, meeting, building systems to make sure that we're consistent. And then the other one is like a one-on-one session with me. So that's 20,000 naira. Right, so you know, we'll sit down for like 60 to 90 minutes and just plan out your next 3 goals for the next like 90 days. Come up with the systems it will take for it to be consistent. And yeah, so these 2 things, I'm just trying to like do that. And then major needle mover for these goals is content, basically. So I'm trying to grow my Instagram from 2,100 or 2,300, I think, that it currently is now, to about 10K followers. Trying to grow the YouTube to about 4 or 5K followers. All of this trying to do it in 90 days, right? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm always thinking about. And I think for anyone that's trying to do something big or trying to do something beyond themselves, as it were, I think it really takes 2 things. 1 or maybe 3 things. 1, realize that it's possible, like, and even if it's not, think it is. Tell yourself it is. Like, just have an unimaginable kind of delusion about it, that you can really be who you say you want to be, or be the person that you see in your head. Like, I mean, that's what I'm like in my head. There's no goal for failure. All these things I'm seeing online, that, and by the way, I failed a lot. So I'm not saying it's a lie, but all these things I'm seeing online about, oh, you know, if you fail, you learn. No, I don't feel since. I don't feel since. It's time for this thing to work out. So I'm squeezing in as much time as possible. So the whole thing about wanting to become something but not doing the things that it takes to become that person, nah, that's not what this is at all, right? I saw a particular post saying that if someone were to stay with you for like 60 days or 30 days, whatever the case is, would they testify that your actions are in symphony or in synchrony with the kind of person that you say you want to become, right? If you stayed with me, would you think that I actually wanted to get first class and graduate with, you know, a business making 2 million naira per month? Would you think that, right? And that's just how I'm living. So I'm trying to squeeze in as much time as possible throughout my day, right? I'm planning before, trying to squeeze in as much time. And then, so that's the second thing. And the third thing that it would take is basically just testing as quickly as possible. Instead of putting your emotion into it. And maybe this won't work for everything, but in business especially, like just keep testing offers, testing different content angles. Like this video is a test. I don't know if it's going to work, right? I don't know if it's going to, like, I mean, and if it doesn't, then I might just switch up to something else. So just keep testing and do that as quickly as possible. It just falls back to executing, really. So yeah, that's it, guys. So have like 2 hours left and then class, and then afterwards I'm gonna work. So just take you guys along that.
Thoughts of you in my mind. I wonder all the time. When will I see you again? I wanna run away to you. I wanna run away.
It's 3:55. So I'm on my way to class now. It's by 4. So let me just tell you a bit about what I do for business, like specifics. Right. So like I mentioned earlier, I think I did, but we're trying to grow the business to about 2 million naira monthly, and we currently have just 2 products. Well, not just, because like how many are you meant to have? We'll have 2 products basically that we push out: the distinction to our community, and then the one-on-one, and then the needle moving task, or the most important thing amongst the things that we do, is content, to be able to get to the result that I want to get to. Because if we can get as much awareness in my content as possible, then of course translate that, pass that through the funnel, sales stuff basically. So I'm currently like testing multiple real angles, content angles, to see which works, right? Because the faster I do that, the faster I get to know what works, and I just double down on that. But then also I created a WhatsApp community, and the point of that is to sort of like be able to translate people who want my free stuff, or people who come in at like top of funnel, nurture them and be able to sell to them, right, in more like a closed space. So something I've been thinking about is, should I do WhatsApp, or should I do email? I'm not really sure, so I'm still testing, because of course, like at the end of the day, I might want to switch to WhatsApp for like long-term gains, but I don't know what that looks like currently for my audience, if WhatsApp would be more engaging. But that's what I'm focused on for now. Currently have about 250 members. I'm sure by the time I'm sending this video is going out, it will be close to 400 or 500. But then yeah, so we're trying to get in as many people in there as possible. So that's sort of like what the sales funnel looks like, right? So from Instagram, because I can sell on Instagram in the DMs, but then we get them to the WhatsApp channel, and then we do that. So a lot of my time is actually spent building the offers, making the product really good. So have a community success manager for the distinction circle, and then the major conversations we have is, how can we make this better? How can we make sure that people are leaving with their goals being sorted, right? So them achieving their goals, them having quality habits, them making good use of their time and improving the quality of their life. So we're always trying to do that, right? And that's the conversation. And then content, so improving the product content, and that's what we're doing every day, and yeah, like if this was full time, it would be so much easier. Like if I didn't have to focus on school, like if I was just creating content and working on the business. But that's the reality of life. Done with class. We're on our way to get dinner. Are you walking up and down? Sorry? Up and down. What do you mean nobody? Oh, look at all these people around. Say hi to my vlog. Look at all these people around.
Yeah, behind me.
Oh, so you can evangelize people that are behind you.
Yes, the goal.
The goal is forward. And look at all those people there.
They're praying.
Oh, those people are praying?
Okay.
And then look at all those people there. Godspeed. You can show now. Someone just see in the comments. Who is that boy? Who is that fine boy? currently 7:30. Man, I'm tired, but I have a lot of work to do because I wake up by 5:30 every morning, meaning that I have to go to bed early. So I can't go to bed by 2 a.m. and wake up by 5. I don't want to do that. So I'll not die early. But it means I have to sleep by 11 latest. So there's still a lot of work to do because, again, the proposal defense is tomorrow. And I'm not done with my PowerPoint, but I think if I just like do deep work for 1 hour on that particular task, I'm going to be able to get it done. It's not so much left to be done. So yeah, there's that. So for my 12-week year goals, I don't know if I've shared that with you guys, but maybe I'll share it in another video. And I didn't hit those goals. So I was doing some reflection. I only hit one of those goals, which was launching like my startup in 20 days. Right, all the others, the Instagram goals, the YouTube goals, the financial goals, I didn't hit any of them. And I was reflecting and thinking as to why, because I have like a whole system for reminders, for tracking, for all of these things. But then one of the major things when I was like reviewing each week was that whilst I was doing particular tasks, let me show you what the template looks like. While I was doing particular tasks in my 12-week year, I wasn't particularly focused on the needle moving tasks. So it means that weekly I can get like 70%, 80%, for that week. But if I look at the particular task, there are probably mundane things. So for example, if you're looking for Instagram growth, you know that the major needle moving task is to post content, right? Like just post and then refine, right? But then for like the first 6 weeks, my editor and I had to like go back and forth on our contract and all these type of things. And then to be fair, we had exams and then I was just procrastinating, right? For like first 6 weeks, I was just like planning, I was scheming, I was like writing scripts, we're filming the content, but none of that started to go out until week 7. And that's like the major task. So like it's little wonder why I didn't hit like my goals. So it's not just enough to do particular tasks. I mean, look at the weeks, right? Like you can see here, 60%, 85%, 85%, 73, 79. So I was actually doing stuff every week. But then not just the actual task was going to make me hit my goals. And that's something that I want to do very differently now. So I've not just identified like my goals, I've also identified the things that I need to do. But not just that, because that's what I always do. What I've also started to do is itemize the specific tasks that are actually going to propel my growth forward. Like for the last 12 weeks, the goal was to start running ads for one of the products that I had, like a course. And I started running ads for the course like week 10 or so. So like it doesn't really make any sense. So one thing that I am focused on now is if I can do it today, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. If I can do it in week 1, I'm not going to do it in week 3. And not just even that, I'm going to do it as early as possible. If it's to run ads, we're going to start running ads like in week 1 or in week 2, right? If it's to post content, we're going to keep like just posting and then refining and then focus on scripting and all the rest. But we're also still doing the needle moving task so that the entire 12 weeks, if I'm hitting 85%, right, with my goals, I'm actually doing stuff that's moving my goals forward. So like it's one of the things that differentiates being busy with being productive. Productivity is doing stuff that creates stuff, that produces stuff, especially produces the goals that you want or the goals that you have, right? So for example, you guys saw that today was busy, but it wasn't like my most productive day, especially since like the most part was filled with like schoolwork and stuff, and my goal is not school, as it were. Do you get? So yeah, that's something that I think like if people just knew a lot about, they'd make a lot of progress. Because one thing I think about is if every single day for 90 days I'm doing at least 2 to 3 activities that's pushing my goals forward, like even if I don't hit my goals, at least I'm not going to be so far off. Do you get? Like that's just something I think about. I'm not going to be so far off if I just do 2 to 3 activities every single day, right? But yeah, that's that about ranting. It's 7:35 now, so I'm going to work till 9 really, or 8:45, so I have like an hour. So PNI is hosting supernatural class in April. If you're in Lagos and this video comes out, I think April 19th. So if this video comes out before then I'm inviting you. So we have like volunteers prayer, so that happens by 8:45, so that's in like an hour 10 minutes. I have to join that. I have a meeting with my disciples by 9. That should end by like 9:40 or 10, depending on how the meeting goes. So I need to study for that as well. And then I also need to work on my project. I want to finish all of these things before I have my meeting. I don't know how. Like again, I really don't, because I probably need like an hour with this, but then I also need to study for the meeting. I don't know, but let's see how it goes. Cause if I'm going to sleep by 11, it means that at best I can only work, for just a couple minutes after I'm done with the meeting with my disciples. But yeah, that's that. So let's get to work. It's 1:35 a.m. This was not the plan at all. I don't know, man. I'm not even done. Like, I'm going to bed, but I'm not done. I just have like the methodology, the flow charts left. Right, I haven't slept by like past 12 in over a week now. See why I'm tired of school. See why I'm tired of when I still have to wake up by 5:30. That's 4 hours of sleep. Like, and there's chapel tomorrow. But we'll push. This doesn't happen every time. Moreover, Friday to Monday is public holiday. So yeah. That's the end of the vlog. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you think it's something I should do more of, let me know. I'll see you when next I see you. Cheers.